Hello students, today we are going to read the poem from your first flight book, and the name of the poem is Animals, written by Walt Whitman. Now before starting the poem, I would like to discuss not the theme this time. At first, I will discuss about the title of the poem. And as you all know, the title of the poem is Animals. Now, anyone can think after reading the title Animal that this poem is based on the animals, the characteristics of animals, the behavior of animals, and so on and on. But, my dear students, this poem is not based on animals. Actually, through this poem, the poet Walt Whitman criticizing the human behavior. Yes, this poem name is Animal, but what we get in this poem? In this poem, the poet underlines the fact that human beings are very selfish. We human beings are very hypocrites. We are dishonest. And we are inferior to animals. Now, talking about the animals, they always remain calm and satisfied. They are very guiltless and they don't make any distinction, they don't differentiate between anything. So the poets wants to live in their company. So that's the theme of this particular poem. Again, I am repeating the theme of this particular poem, that through this poem the poets wants to convey the message that the human beings are very selfish, very hypocrites, very dishonest, and they are inferior to animals. That means animals are far superior than human beings. As poet found the quality in the animal that they always remain calm and satisfied. They always, as if you look us, we the human being, we never look so calm and satisfied. We always want more and more in our life, but animals don't. And they are very guiltless and they make no distinctions among themselves. And that's why poets wants to live in their company. Now coming back to this poem has no rhyming scheme. You know about the rhyming scheme? This poem has no rhyming scheme. Now I am going to start this poem line by line. Concentrate. The first line, what the first line is saying, what the poet was saying. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are self-placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and long. Now try to understand the meaning of these three lines, the first stanza. Now what the poet was thinking? The poet was thinking to live with the animals. Now what happened to the poet? Can you imagine? He wants to leave the human being and he wants to live with the animals. Now something happened wrong with him. Is he okay, the poet? He had taken a big decision to live with the animals. That means there's some reason behind this. Now what he was saying about the animals. Now they are so placid. Now who are? They means the animals are so placid. Now one new word is there, placid. Do you know what is the meaning of placid? Placid means calm. Placid means calm. एकदम जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं शांत. So poet found the animals are so placid. That means they are very calm, very gentle, and self-content. That is the big point. Self-content. That means they are happy whatever they have. They are happy with those things whatever they have. And we, if you compare the animals with us, that means with human beings, we never get satisfied with the things. We always want more and more. Just like a quotation is there in one of that, ye dil mange more. We are like that. But talking about the animals, they are self-contained. and I stand and look at them long and long. And what the poet is saying in the third line, the poet was standing and looking at them. That means what? That means the poet had been observing them for so long. And when he was comparing the qualities with the animals, with the human beings, what he found, what he got, that the animals are far superior than human beings in every aspects of life. And that's those qualities the poet was observing. Now moving to the next line, what the poet was saying, they do not sweat and ween about their condition. Now two words are there, sweat and ween. Now sweat means, that means complain. The sweat and ween is the same meaning, about their condition. They means the animals. Whatever condition they are, they never complain about their condition. Yeah, I want this, I want that, I don't have this, I don't have that. They never complain about their condition. But if you look us, if you look human beings, we always used to do complain. I don't have this thing, we don't have this thing, that person have those things, but I don't have these things. We always used to do complain, whether it's a student, whether it's a man, woman, every person have some complaint about themselves. We always have that complaints, but they don't have any complaint. Now why they don't have any complaint? Because they are satisfied whatever they have. So that's why they don't have any complaint. But we human beings used to do several complaints. From 24 from morning to night we have complaints. कभी ये ठीक नहीं, कभी ये ठीक नहीं, this is not right, that is not right. We always used to do this type of complaints. Now next line, they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Now very interesting line. If you look the meaning of this particular line, they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. That means we, the human being, used to do mistakes, and in the night time we used to pray to God, God please forgive us, God please forgive us, I don't repeat this mistake again in our life, because we used to do mistake, and we used to, that's why we used to ask for pardon from the God. But they don't do any mistakes, so they don't have to awake in the lie, in the alone, to ask for pardon from the God. We have to do this because we do so many mistakes, knowingly, unknowingly, and after that in some place, in alone place, we used to ask from the God to forgive us. But they don't this kind of things because they never do any type of mistakes. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Now what the lines say, they do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Now what the poet was saying, that we the human beings always discuss about that we should do to this God, this is our duty towards God, we have to do this for our betterment, we have to do this, that. We used to discuss so many duty, that we have to perform this puja, that puja. We used to discuss this duty often among them ourselves. But they don't do this, because they don't believe in God and all such kind of things. So what the poet was saying, they do not make me sick. Poet was getting irritated by listening the discussion about the duties of God all the time. From this person, from that person, I have to do this, I have to do this, that for God. We have to do the fast and all those things that we human beings used to do towards the God. But they don't do that. Not one is dissatisfied. Now not one is dissatisfied, that means animals are never dissatisfied. They are never dissatisfied, they are always satisfied, because whatever they have, they know how to become satisfied in those particular things. They never complain about anything, but we always remain dissatisfied throughout our life. And the next line, not one is demented with. Now a new word is there, demented. Demented means mad and crazy. We are crazy for what? The mania of owning things. That means we have something, but we always mad, we always crazy for to want to get more and more in our life. Suppose you have a TV in your house, 32-inch TV in your house. You are not satisfied with that. You are asking for 40-inch TV, 55-inch TV. So that's the attitude of man. We have one house, the person is looking for another house. We have one car, the person is looking for wanting the another car. So we are always mad for owning the things, but animals don't. They are satisfied whatever they have. They don't want anything more than what. So after seeing these things, observing these qualities, the poet wants to be with whom? The poet wants to be with the animals. The poet was fed up with those qualities of human beings. Actually, poet was observing in his surrounding these things, that selfishness, that hypocriteness, that dishonest, all those things, and he was irritated by seeing those kind of things, and that's why he took a decision, firm decision, bold decision to leave the company with human beings and to live. He wants to live and to go to live with the animals. So I will complete this particular poem in two parts. The first part here I am going to finish, and the next part I will come with the some another day. So thank you for listening my video. Please like and subscribe my channel and be with me all the time. Give your support. Thank you.